like many African and global countries, we're also under fiscal pressure. We need fiscal space in order to be able to re-engage. It comes at a time when we as a country were focusing on some very serious austerity measures aimed at trying to reduce our deficit. Now here we are all of a sudden faced with this challenge, and we have to find additional fiscal space in order to have these various stimulus programs that we have underway. What is critical to those stimulus programs? What is critical for us to be able to find that fiscal space? We are telling the international community, we are telling our development partners, and that's not Kenya, that's the position of the African Union, that at this critical moment, we need you to be able to give us that room by giving us and extending some of the loans that are coming up in order to be able to give us that fiscal room to be able to deal with the challenges that have been brought on board by Corona. Kenya has been a fighter for the Africa Free Trade arrangement, a market of over 1 billion people. One of the biggest challenges that the African continent has faced is the fact that with 54 different countries, we're all very, very small markets. We have successfully negotiated an Africa Free Trade arrangement. When we met with the United States, that was keen to start off negotiations, of which we were also keen to kick off, trade negotiations between our two countries. We made it very clear that that negotiation would have to be done on the basis and without undermining the Africa Free Trade Arrangement. These opportunities that China is seeing on the African continent are also equally available to our American partners. I have given numerous examples of American companies who have actually come in and found a space and a niche in Kenya, in Africa. And all we have been saying is we want to encourage more of this. And to be honest, the very first session actually I had with the Trump administration when I came there a couple of years ago was centered on that, because exactly the same question that you were asking, they were asking. And I was saying, well, look, the United States must equally, just as China is equally supporting their companies, you've got to support your companies. And I was very happy. As a result of that, and I think as a result of other engagements with other African countries, when they announced that they would be coming up with support for American companies that wanted to do business in Kenya. And as a result, we've started to see an increased level of interest. And my hope and prayer is that ultimately we will see ourselves through this and then be able to focus ourselves on the matters that really matter, which is peace in Somalia, which is involving ourselves in as far as our region is concerned, in supporting the young government in South Sudan, is working with our neighbors in Sudan. It is fighting terrorism, which is a fact of life that has affected us. And most importantly, right now, a fact that's facing us across the globe, which is COVID-19. These are the areas and these are the focuses that I believe we should be paying attention to. And I do hope that after today's election, and this is my hope, this is my prayer, that we shall now be able to regroup, come back together, and focus ourselves on the issues that matter.